That's the ingredients are looking like a movie star. Same. You that's imagine that's a kid, that's a child, and even up to the little babies gotta come out the chair looking fresh. That's just how I want it to be. I ain't gonna just give them any old cut. Nah, they gotta come out fresh.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurship Podcast with X.T.C. I'm Shalonda.
I'm Tristan.
And I'm Chris.
As an entrepreneur starting or growing your business, you may have a destination, but the journey getting there can be a trip. We want to be your travel companions and inject a dose of X.T.C as we explore real-life conversations about navigating the world of entrepreneurship in the U.S. and the Caribbean. Come take this trip with us.
Hey, Chris, you know what this remind me of? Like right before you go to the club, like you always like pre-gaming with your friends outside.
No idea what you're talking about, Tristan.
Good. This pre-game about to be over. So welcome to another episode, guys. I'm just pre-gaming with my boy Chris. We just out here. And like in every pre-game group, we always get like your two friends and I'm gonna stand off on the side. They ain't really got nothing much to say. They ain't even gonna be like, Chris, you had enough. We gotta go in or whatever it is. But the one thing we could count on them to do is pay our way in, you know what I mean? Because I know our little shot like gosh, I only bring enough money for the sips on this trip. You know what I mean? Well, I know my boy Joey, he'll treat me like royalty, so he gonna take care of my tab real quick. And watch Big Sis in the back. She already reaching for the pause. Watch out. She reaching for the pause.
Got you.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out why we sipping, why we tripping.
All right.
Alright, so we got 2 minutes on the clock, and I'm gonna tell you what I learned from a lot of my episodes. Watching some billionaires and a bunch of other people, and unfortunately just listening to Joey for a little while is health is wealth. So we'll be sipping a lot of things and they show from the coffees to the cognac to the vodkas. But sometime in life, we just need to replenish. So I'm sipping on water today.
What?
Curveball.
No fossil fuel, no
Right.
gas, nothing that is flammable, just good old water.
Good old water. You see what happened is I was treating it like Usher. I was like, first I had to let it burn. Y'all remember that song?
Yes.
Now we just can't put it out.
Well, I don't know what's going on, but Joey must be rubbing off on all of us because I'm also drinking water. He's like creating a revolutionary health kick here on the entrepreneurship trip. After hearing about 60-mile rides, I'm really thirsty.
Yeah.
That will do it to you. That's
I may not be without my vices, but I also have water as a backup, keep me going here throughout this episode.
Do you see what happened on a real entrepreneur trip? Is that we don't gain knowledge, but knowledge ain't
Yeah.
really worth anything if we don't apply it. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this is about. We could sit here, we could give you and tell you about all our experiences all day, every day. But it don't make sense if you're gonna just keep sitting there watching these episodes. I mean, I enjoy the views. Don't stop watching, even if you go to the kitchen and come back. But we gotta apply it. So, in order for you to apply it, let's unpack. Yes. So we back real quick. This is Joey again. I feel like he annoying me now. Like he just sitting there looking so cool, like refreshed. All this fuel, all these fossil fuels and gas I've been drinking, I just feel like I owe right now. But
Well,
You,
let's
you,
just
you, you got to add a 60-mile ride to your water, Tristan.
nah. As an entrepreneur, you have to know your limit.
Right.
The ones I have to deal with, Am I right?
Absolutely.
1 mile,
But
my
the
limit. No,
thing
just
with
kidding.
entrepreneurship is that, when one entrepreneur needs to reset, another one just, this like a relay race, right? So I'm going to
It
help my
is.
brother out. I'm going to help my brother out. So we got Joey here, who is royalty cuts, the entrepreneur behind the scenes getting things done. And we want to unpack your suitcase. And what we mean by that is we want to get to know you a little bit better, Joey. I mean, in the previous episode, we talked about really good customer service elements of providing quality service to your customers, making your customers feel like they deserve the best. But who's the man behind that? Who is Joey? Give us a little bit.
Joey. Well, the man behind the business is me, Joey, the barber. Did I say Joey the
Mhm.
barber? Also the bike cyclist, you know, the
Mhm.
father, you know, stuff like that. To check.
Uh-huh.
Not,
Uh-huh.
not to be the help, not.
Yeah.
The converter, you converted all of us from our vices in the last episode to water.
Most of
And I
us.
only
Most of
30
us.
minutes.
Yes, in just 30 minutes, the miracle worker.
Right.
But you mentioned in the last episode that you've been cutting hair since the age of 17. So you've been at this for a couple decades now, right? What inspired you to just take it from just focusing on your craft to really growing your business?
Yeah, so my passion came from just basically going to the barber shop and a fresh haircut, and while I wait I watched the barber's cut and came home and try some stuff on my friends. That's how I started.
Uh-huh.
Where you get clippers
Yep.
from? You are clippers or like how you?
Yeah, I had like one clipper that my father had, and I just pick it up and start to try something. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm.
Damn. So wait, daddy used to get a bowl cutter. That
No,
Caribbean fun.
no, I used to go barber shop. He
Oh.
used to just know.
Hmm. So how
Yeah.
did you how did you expand from just doing the craft to building a business?
Mm.
Well, the opportunity came. Actually, I had, moved to the states to, try something different. I spent like a week or two, and then I got an opportunity to move back and purchase a shop. And
Wow.
it was in a right position, and I did the right mindset at the same time. So I
Hmm.
moved. I take it from there. Yeah.
Mm.
So
Damn.
you were
What?
able to purchase a shop that was already operating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how did you
So
take it to the next level though? Like
yeah.
when Tristan talks about you and royalty, like you're like next level stuff, right? You're not just operating a barbershop. This
Yeah.
ain't just no regular barbershop. This is like next level stuff. So what sparked you to take it to the next level?
I think from the over the years cutting here in different shops, watching actually cutting around the best, and taking a little bit of the good stuff that I see that the work, and creating my own environment and stepping it up a little bit, taking out some stuff that I don't like and putting
Mm-hmm.
more of what I like and what I think is best for the business and for the customer, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did, you know.
You know, talking about that real quick, Joey. And Shalanda, I wouldn't know, but in the barbershop, like you were saying, thinking about it, I think you're real, I want to say inspirational. Like how it is and why it is you don't motivate your employees. I remember we have a couple of them, some of them were jokesters. Um, they were doing their own, what it was, Facebook Lives, or they were doing their own videos. Yeah, kind of encouraging the shop and just different things like that. Or providing an environment where people used to want to come to be and they show, that kind of way. So like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
where that energy come from, like how it is you just kind of like fathom them thoughts to allow people to grow.
Well, I mean, the thing is when you have a group of people that around you, and they have different ideas, and everybody have stuff that they like. You could give it a try, give it a try, see how it works. Certain things you don't just turn it down. You could be like, well, let me try, let's see if it gonna work or not. It might be my thing, but they are around. Let's try it. It might work, it might not work.
Mhm.
Hmm. And
And
at the end of
that's
the
what.
day, isn't that what entrepreneurship is? I mean, a lot of us go into starting a business and running a business, sometimes not knowing exactly what it's like to start and run a business.
Right.
And it's a lot of trial and error, right?
Yeah,
Out what really works for your business and your clients, and what doesn't work for your business and your clients.
definitely. Yep.
And maybe you just take the exact words from my mouth, and what it is just taking a risk. You see what I'm saying? As entrepreneurs, we don't take risks, and maybe that's why it is to some people it's not as appealing. Sometimes our risks are calculated. Other times like we said, we just don't know if it worked. But just
Yeah.
you will take those risks, and those individuals, I think that even change the dynamics of the shop. This is one barber shop I feel like I ain't never walk into, and we were just talking. I ain't want to call it mele, just gossiping. It always
Hmm.
been, whether it's jokes, it's still jokes about getting better, doing different things to
Yeah.
better yourself. Why you don't focus on that kind? I don't want to say that kind of energy, but why you don't focus on those things where it always seems like a moment of building, always.
Yeah, because you see in the barber shop, you always get ears. You always got people listening.
Mhm.
So best thing to do is keep it positive, because I mean, too much negativity ain't no good. I mean, who wants negativity in the head all day? So
Right.
sometimes you might hear negativity, but you don't just try to change the direction, make it positive, because at the end of the day, somebody might be sitting and waiting, and they'll be like, what, for real? Y'all will talk some sense, but the ears open. So while they're listening, just speak positivity.
Mm.
Hmm.
And how
And I mean,
often
I don't go. Can I jump in? I don't. I like that point you made, Joey, because I don't go to barbershops. But when I do go to like a hairdresser or to get my nails done or my feet done, it's usually a time where I'm trying to escape from the craziness of my life. It's just an hour for me to have self care,
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so you want to be in an environment that's going to recharge your battery. So maybe
yeah.
that's one of your secret sauces why you Tristan keep going back. It's like he addicted to this Baba shop. It's all that positive juju you got going on in there.
Right. Yep.
I mean, even talking about it realistically, Joey's one of them people I feel like when you sit on his chair, it ain't even just about like in business. We talk
Hmm.
about personal stuff. We talk about your life. We've had numerous conversations about different business ventures that we would have liked to do. I spoke to Joey about, for me, I'm working on trying to create a production house. And I asked Joey different things like, Joey, how much you're making a day? Your average person, nobody really like to tell you like, oh
Hmm.
man, I make $100 a day. Whatever it is, like I feel like our wages is something like with a whole near and there is like we want nobody tell us we making enough, or maybe we making too much. Joey said on there, Joey tell me now like, you ever thought if you was somebody was doing a movie like doing a day cost as to what it is your care would be? Joey responds to like, I never thought about that. But let me look into it. Let me figure out how this thing would work. And then I be it. But the next time I sit down in his chair, he was telling me something, well, if we want to do a day cast, if we schedule it ahead of time, so in that way he know he blocking out the date or whatever it is. This is what it is we could do. This is how it is we could handle it, and that's just it. So when you sit in his chair, it ain't just about just getting your cut. It's also about it is a holistic treatment of inspiration. Yeah, somebody will tell you no, your idea ain't no good, or the best part ain't to know your idea ain't no good enough. But
Hmm.
it'll be the, but this is what I think. That kind of way.
Yeah.
So this
Yep.
segment just about done for now. We unpack you a little bit, Joey, but here's what it is on how to start to figure out. But Chris, go ahead. Go ahead. Play. I want to see this little video real quick. Show them what Joey don't do. Just show them what Joey don't do.
Precision production.
What? That was a
Nice.
detour. If I ever saw a detour. Listen, if you are listening to this by audio, you need to flip over to the video and
Yep.
check out that Precision Productions with royalty cuts featured. What?
I just
That
happened to
was
get lucky.
fire.
I just happened to get lucky. Cause like I
You
tell
got
you,
lucky.
yeah, we were there. I mean, every now and then I'll stop in the shop. I'd be like, "Yo, Joey, I just want to try something." Yeah, let me get a couple footage. Joey ain't never been like, "Oh well, you can't do this, so we ain't doing that." Joey just be like, "All right." No, Joey the cut here, but the one thing Joey ain't tell you about is Joey the take pictures. Joey always asks me something about some camera. We doing this, but his thing is about again expanding his business. So what you looking at? I try and find the best way to take these pictures so that way I could post them. So my clients could see I putting this out. I remember when I can't even say when Joey had first start rating because I don't know if that's when they first start rating. We were talking about GoPros. He
Mm-hmm.
had the hero. He had this. What do you think about this? Why be the best one? Yada yada. And that's just it. The one thing I like about Joey is that he always seeking knowledge. It's about research. No, we're on a detour. Joey don't make me sick. Joey, why you cutting here with gold clippers?
I know. They, my clients deserve the best, man. The best on the market.
There you go.
It's
Yeah.
called royalty.
Yep.
That name for style, Tristan. You
It's
bring
got the
in
I don't
Midas
know. I
royalty.
feel
touch.
like we just get hate on these segments. Like, who really goes out to get gold clippers, though? Who to go to this extent?
The
How
person
hard it
who's
was to
choosing
find
your
that gold clippers?
brand.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yep.
I like it, Joey.
So, Joey, question for you. I see what I be the what airbrush thing that you're spraying, like
Yeah.
and that's a normal cut for him. Like it'll be sick then, like it'll be there, like until you in the chair, you just be watching this thing, like big man. Where we Moose's wife feel like Chris to use like to hold his hair in place and stuff like
Uh,
that. Joey out there with like a palm full of moose just brushing down. When
good.
homie done home, he get fresh waves, the whole nine, a whole fresh. I ain't just tell me what you're doing with the moose, the airbrush.
well, that's the ingredients are looking like a movie star. Same. You
Mm.
that's imagine that's a kid, that's a child, and even up to the little babies gotta come out the chair looking fresh. That's just how I want it to be. I ain't gonna just eat them any old cut. Nah, they gotta come out fresh. That's just how it is.
You know,
It's
I,
it's an experience.
I'm a big foodie, so the way I look at it, and based on what you said, and asking about the gold clippers and stuff, to me, the ingredients determine whether you're eating like at a fast food restaurant or a 5-star restaurant.
mm,
So Joey's just working with the
mm.
the top ingredients.
Five star stuff. That's right.
Oh,
And you're gonna get the best meal out of that,
yeah.
But it's beyond the meal, though, Chris. Because when you look at it, it's a whole experience.
Exactly. Yep.
From the time they book their appointment using the
Right.
app to coming into the store and having that one-on-one where you're not waiting to getting all these ingredients and you like I ready to go check my hair, man. Like, I need to come sit down and enjoy chair.
I gotta fly down
Of
from
course,
Boston for this,
I
but
like my
I'm ready
hair.
to do
But I'm thinking about
it.
it.
Right, I'm
Right?
thinking
These are
about
for people who I need to put in Joey's chair.
it. They're gold clippers. It's worth it.
I know, right?
All right, let's hit some souvenirs here.
The souvenirs. This is where we wrap up and take away the golden nuggets from our conversation. Joey,
Or the
Joey, Joey.
Clippers.
No, we will leave Joey with his clippers. Okay? We're not touching Joey's clippers. For me, I think the souvenirs are being a continuous lifelong learner. You know, when Joey talks about being in different barbershops and seeing what people were doing and trying to figure out his craft and really taking that, it's like he's continuously learning along the journey, right?
Yep.
How can I be better? How can I grow? How can I have a better impact on my clients? And I like that because, you only stop learning when you 6 feet under. There's always an
True.
opportunity to learn. As long as you breathe in, you should be learning. That's how you get better each and every day. So that's definitely one of my takeaways. The second takeaway is that video. That video. We talked about collaborations in a previous episode. That is what happens when you have a really good collaboration. You
Yep.
bring magic. So
Yeah.
that's definitely, and I think what's nice is I know what it's like to collaborate with Tristan and with Chris. We do it all the time. But even the takeaway is, as entrepreneurs, you are always collaborating with like-minded people outside of your inner
Yep.
circle. So now you're part of our inner circle, Joey. I'm so happy to have you in our inner circle. So collaborating with like-minded dynamic people who are doing stuff, that's definitely a second takeaway as an entrepreneur. And last but not least, when you have a really good product and experience, people are going to tell people about it. So I've
Yep.
already texted 4 people. Yeah, sir, I need a Baba in St. Croix. I better go check out Joey. Here is his.
Thank
Right.
So, and one of them texted me back. She was like, "Oh, well, that's why I love you, because you're always looking out for my best interest. But I just got cut by Joey on Tuesday, and she sent me a pic.
Mm.
Prove it. And she looks fabulous, Joey. So good job. Those are my three
you.
takeaways. What about you, Chris? Any takeaways
No,
for
no,
you?
no. I want to skip Chris because last time he just
What?
did everything in his segment. So Chris, you want to take a break? What we're gonna do is this. So what I took away is that it's called timing and opportunity. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
times we think we wait for the best time, but sometimes the best time is now. Joey said he
Yep.
moved back at the right time to get the shop. Boom, that was it. Time and opportunity. We always have to just be ready, be prepared for
Pretty.
that moment. The other one gonna be a little cheesy. Royalty is loyalty, meaning that when you
Mm-hmm.
treat your clients to the best of your ability and go above and beyond for them, they become your loyal customers. So, I mean, again, kudos to you, Joey, for doing things the way that you do it. And that's just it. When you treat people right, they're gonna always come back, and that's again the best source. Is word of mouth. Never paid for the advertisement, never
Yep.
did anything. You know what I mean? It's just out of the fact that he's really good and really cares about what it is that he does. I had a third takeaway, but in those I kind of lost it, and I'm not gonna give Chris time to.
Intercepted. All right. So, sorry, Tristan, you're too slow.
Good.
The biggest takeaway I just got, from what you said in the interest, and even you doing the video there for Joey. Um, when you're the real deal, when you're doing it for the right reasons, because you love it and you're doing it for the customers. Um, there's a lot of entrepreneurs who are out there trying to get photographers or videographers to come and shoot, their craft or their art. But when your
Mm-hmm.
art speaks for itself, people will show up with the cameras and do it for you. So that's just a testament to the work that you're doing out there. And now I will continue to run this into the end zone with the taking the view.
All you, all you.
All right. So the quote I have here for today, and this really goes back to Joey. You moved, stateside, and then within a week or two, you're back in the USVI because you had that opportunity to purchase a shop. but it wasn't without the preparation. So Zig Ziglar said, and you probably heard this before, it's a famous quote, but success occurs when opportunity meets preparation.
Mm.
Mhm.
And to me, that was, how you got your, not your start, but how you leveled up
Mhm.
was you had done the work, you had perfected, not perfected, but you had been working on your craft because you love it, and you prepared and prepared, and then all of a sudden, within a week or two of moving outside of the island, you're then coming back to the island because an opportunity showed up, but that opportunity wouldn't have been there if you weren't prepared. So that's the quote I have here for this episode. But maybe just talk a little bit more about that. How I mean, you had just moved, and then you got that opportunity to go back. So was that like an easy decision for you, or were you like, do I try it here or do I go back? How did that work out for you?
I mean, it was easy because the reason for leaving was to grow more. I felt I
Mm,
was stagnant, so
Mhm.
I just do something. I mean, I was cutting already in a shop, but I
Mhm.
wanted more. So that was moving back was getting more. It was a whole new experience. It still it still end up the same thing. It was the experience I was looking for, but it just happened to be back home, which is always better.
mm,
Mhm.
back
Mhm.
to the roots.
Yeah.
And I'm
And
sure Tris.
there's something to say as entrepreneurs. I mean, we can go away, we can leave home and go away and be of service to other communities. And I
Yep,
think that because you take the time to invest in your craft and the services and products that you're able to provide, you'll flourish in any community that you're a part of. But there's something special about being back home and doing it for your people.
absolutely.
It
Yep.
makes it even more meaningful. Yeah.
Yep.
To me, the most meaningful part, and it would have been my third point, is the fact that not just moving home and being from home, but creating a space for other people to grow. And that's just it. We
Mm,
Yeah.
keep talking about that as entrepreneurs, how it is we share the knowledge, applying the knowledge and these different things. But here it is, he created an environment for not just himself to grow, but for others to grow. So thanks a lot, Joey.
Joey's
Chris,
the
you have
real
Yes.
deal. Thanks
just
for
the real deal.
joining us.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no, I'll just follow up with so even just relating to my personal experience. So I was working in Orlando for the last 15 years, built my business over there. Originally from Massachusetts, and I just moved back a few months ago. Hasn't been the easiest transition, but there certainly is something to be said about coming back to like the community I was born and raised in, bringing my daughter back to the community I was born and raised in, and just being able to start working on my craft up here and build those connections up here to do it for the people that where it all started for me. So I definitely feel you on that one. Any last words for our audience here? I mean, we're now in our second episode here with Joey, but any final takeaways for other entrepreneurs who are trying to get into it, or other let's say artists or creators who just have a craft or a passion to do something? What would you say to them as far as whether or not to keep going?
Um, if you have a passion and you really into what you're into, I think it's gonna be a little easier. It's gonna be tough,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
just by having or it being your passion, it's gonna smooth it out a little bit more. So just keep trying, keep going, and just stand firm. It ain't easy, but stand firm.
Mm.
Awesome.
Any final thoughts from Shalonda or Tristan?
Yeah, my final thought is, Joey, watch how dope this shit is. You get Chris over here talking. We rarely hear Chris talk so much. Like you know what you're doing. Gotta be real. If Chris over here just like chopping it up. So, like you said, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. I'm like proud of you. And let's keep growing. That's all I could ever ask you. Just keep growing.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Shalonda.
I'm just grateful. That's how I feel right now. Like we've met some amazing entrepreneurs, But to be really honest, it's good to see a brother doing his damn thing. So you keep doing it, Joey.
All right, and Joey, I think we have plans maybe to do a little entrepreneurship retreat in January or somewhere around that. So I might be sitting in your chair soon enough. I will have to book on your app, obviously. I don't want to cut in front of your regulars, but see what I can do if you can fit me in.
You gotta get Chris to the islands, man. Gotta get Chris to the islands.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Joey. Tristan, thank you for bringing Joey in here. We know now why you sit in this chair probably every week now. And just looking forward to seeing your work and continuing to grow. So to all the trippers out there, thank you for joining us for another episode. We will see you next week. And if you got your passion going, just keep working at it like Joey said, and, stick with it. Might not always be easy, but it will be worth it. So we'll see you next week.
Take care.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for taking this trip with us. We hope you had a great time. Join us every Tuesday for another dose of X.T.C. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and visit us at theentrepreneurs.com for more entrepreneurship tips and trips. See you next time.